I did not expect to lose my mom at 15. She was 47 when she died. She wasn't even 50. She was way too young. It's not fair. It's not. She wanted to live to see my brother and I get married and fall in love and graduate from university and figure out what our careers might look like and have children and to be a grandparent. And she didn't get to see any of that. And knowing that as her daughter and also knowing that as a mother now is devastating. It's not fair, but it's also the reality. And what I would want people to know is that it's okay to hold space for whatever comes up, whenever it comes up. Feel however you need to feel in any given moment, especially when it comes to grief. Gosh, grief is complex and sometimes it's unexpected. I dealt with grief in some healthy ways, like, using creative expression to process. And I dealt with it in some really unhealthy and destructive and dangerous ways, like through self-harm. And, I spent so much time trying to connect with people, whether they were other adults in my family or teachers or students along that were, growing alongside me and friends who were my age. And no one seemed to really want to go there with me, especially when it was those really dark thoughts and feelings, which meant that my behaviors were something that I was making decisions about as a young teenager. And they weren't always good choices. They were often quite destructive and probably set me back. There are certain things that I look back at now and I think, if I, as my 32-year-old self, were to go and talk to my 16-year-old self, I would have told her that it's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. You're not going to feel this way forever. And you can honor and make space for the hard things that come up without acting on them. Sometimes we feel like harming ourselves is the only way to stop feeling the hard feelings. I wish I could go back and tell myself, you can feel the feelings without behaving in a way that is reactive to them. You can choose intentionally to respond, and you can do that by caring for yourself, even if no one else is able to. And that other people's inability to care for you the way that you need to be cared for has nothing to do with you. And maybe that sucks. Like that's not fair. It has nothing to do with you and you can't control it. What you can control is the way that you are choosing to respond and not just reacting.